Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On his own end zone, here we go. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Stroud. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
Just kind of one of those moments sitting up here in the booth where you're like, man, if they're going to find a way to get the first points, somebody has got to step up. Just to not been able to find even that first completion yet. So whether it's running the ball, playing even better defense, you've got to pick the QB up somehow, some way.
Just got it away before the hit button. It doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
In real estate, Kate, it's location. Location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
Six yards to the line. The offense is going to go for this.
Here we go. 18. Look to high, look to high.
They're going to go for this. It's Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stops. The call to go for it from their own side backfires on him with a turnover on downs. And now some great field position.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
19 tight, 19 tight. Here we go, stop.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now it's 2nd down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Well-designed run. Here's Richardson. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They're hoping to convert here on 2nd and goal. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there. That's going to be a penalty. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. So once more, following the penalty, here's another 2nd and goal.
Come on, set. 60 by 60, ready.
Back to throw, here's Richardson. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Catch made. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They're going Taylor. And they stop him. No touchdown, no first down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across. But there was no overcoming a front, just as equally motivated to get off the field.
From his end zone, it's Stroud. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It would be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Here we go. Under.
From his end zone, 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete. You're going to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
He lost the football. Oh, and the kicking team's got it. Well, I sure hope all those defenders took a real quick swig of water over there on the sideline, Brock, because they are headed right back out there to get back to work.
No question about it. That's what really hurts. And you know that returner is looking at his teammates exhausted coming on the field. Well, maybe he's not looking at him.
Yeah.
He's making a beeline the other way because this defense now has to regroup and get it together.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Going all the way to the end zone here. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Texans start to fight back with their first points of this game. Tank Dell, the touchdown. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Short pass brought in. Down the left sideline he goes. And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts take the lead on the first play of the drive. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
And he's got it. Cut the end zone, so the touchdown and the 2-point pass break the tie. Give him an 8-point lead. Well, he just caught them a touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for two. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10.
Why Tony?
To the air, Stroud. He throws a bullet deep to the right side.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down. Sam Martin on again now to punt it away. Back deep for the Colts is Anthony Gould. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10.
18, 70,
Play fake, it's Richardson. Downfield to Warren, he's got it. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Richardson to throw again. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Richardson on 3rd. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this.
Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll throw again, Richardson. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. Has room down the left sideline. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. And he hits the extra points. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point. Things trimmed back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Xavier Worthy now on the return. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Here we go. Ready.
They fake the handoff. Now Richardson. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40.
They'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights, and the Texans push their lead to 6. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10.
79 Broncos.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. A pickup of 17. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
Come back, kid. 18, run with 18, go.
Throwing now, Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it'll be 2nd down.
18, 5 here. Warriors, not 6. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Ready.
Back to the air. It's Richardson. Hits him on the in route. And he takes this to the 38, so it's going to be 3rd and very short.
Brings up 3rd down.
70 Timberwolves. Dragon 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Once more now, it's Richardson. He finds Worthy complete. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. They get an even 10 on that play. And that is good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Going again, Richardson escapes the pocket. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
19, 60 Maverick, 19.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line.
7-5, come back, Buffalo 8, Panther 60, Panther 60.
3rd and long for him here. Hits him on the out route. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense is headed up for 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
Taylor again. And this time the defense rallies to him. He's stopped for a loss. Houston calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Third and goal now from the 6 after that last play. Richardson fires quickly out wide. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere. Zane Gonzalez on to attempt this field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points. A little bit of feel-good momentum.
Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. No to return this. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Texans to the line. 1st and 10. 20 to start the drive with Mixon. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown, his 3rd of the game on the ground. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans make it a 10-point ball game.
Ka'imi Fairbairn, the kickoff for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 60, 90, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
Richardson back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. From the 40-yard line now. This is 1st and 10.
At the 40-yard line.
70,
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Taken in by Mitchell, right side. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
That's complete to Warner on the sideline. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
Okay, break.
At the
60
11-yard line.
Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready.
From the red zone on 1st. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Throws caught. He almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
It's in or no, they dropped another one. Hicks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. Does force a fourth down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on. I don't think there's any question this is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, it gives them a little more confidence running into the locker room.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. No to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And he's going to take this return out of bounds.
Anthony Gould on the return. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10.
Here we go, check. Bracco 80, 69, Buffalo, trap 60, trap 60.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. That's brought in, which is back Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Second down carry for Taylor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
He's got to gain a 6 there. Derek Stingley put that play to bed.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
That's Worthy running slant. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 7 yards on that pickup. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard
Let's go
line.
now. 70 Lions. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
Brings up second and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Ready?
Richardson now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
19, what's up? 19 Texas. Hey, south.
Shotgun now for Stroud. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
11.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Looking underneath here to Mixon. Space on the right, he's got room. And he's in, touchdown Houston. The Texans push their lead further to start the half. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown, his 3rd of the game on the ground. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Dragons. Warriors 70. Cougar 19. Ready.
Shaking off the pick quickly. Who's going to throw? Man downfield. He's got it. It's Worthy. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. A big play. 23 yards to move those chains. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Richardson on 1st and 10. Right back to Worthy. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
First down.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Finds his favorite target again, it's Worthy. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Gonzalez now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts chunk the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start after 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
All right. 18. Look the high. Hey, Uno Mars. Why Tony?
On play action, here's Stroud. No finding his back, Mixon. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Man in motion here. And the shotgun, a gift to Mixon. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From the gun, Stroud. He put everything he's got behind it. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
18. What's up?
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Couldn't connect with Jaden Higgins, and that leaves them with 4th and 5.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
On 4th down and 5, the offense staying out there.
18. What's up?
Back to throw it. This connects with Schultz. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on 4th down.
At the 38-yard line.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over 1 final quarter. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Keeping it with Mixon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Now 3rd and 5.
All right. Tony, hey, no more.
To the air, Stroud. Has a man downfield. It's Collins. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Nico Collins with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Texans double their lead to 14.
28. Ka'imi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
70, trap 60, trap 60.
Here's Richardson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
70 Lions, 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings, 7 Pirates, 60 Mavericks, Panther 11, Panther, Buffalo 18.
Back to the air. It's Richardson. That's going to be caught by his back. Taylor. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right in the double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief.
Spins away. He's got some room. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Offensive line fast.
4 yards. That's
Ready?
another Colts first down.
Richardson fires quickly out wide.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Brings up
Here's second and goal from the 6.
at the 6-yard line.
Ready?
Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1.
5 yards brings up
Ready, ready.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal.
Let's go now. Hawk 70. Hawk, go.
He's keeping it, trying to get it forward. And they're going to say he was short. They held him out, Brock, and now we're going to have to wait and see what they decide to do here on fourth and goal. It's a design run for it. And they stop it. No touchdown, no first down. That's a turnover on downs near the end zone.
turnover on down.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, that kind of gain may not take a safety out of the picture on the next play, but at least you won't have half your guys standing in the end zone on that next snap. That was a valuable little run right there.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6.